Hi, you're welcome to Ignition Global, the Heritage Series. This is Evangelist Veronica. You are welcome to this broadcast. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to be talking about honor, teaching our children to observe and honor people. You might say to me, well, it's not exactly on the top priority of things to teach our children, but how many of us know that God is invested in the honor that our children have, in how we are building our children? We know that personality is a trait that they are born with, but in terms of character, it has to be taught, and honor is an essential ingredient. When you think about honor, how do we teach a child to honor, to walk in honor, especially in a society where somebody honors you for whatever reason could be seen as a sign of weakness? Let's be honest, it's a dog-eat-dog world out there, and so the idea is just to fight for whatever it is that you can get. But honor has a language, it has an aroma, and the truth is that we know that we are to honor God, we are to honor ourselves, one another, and we are to honor even the aged. And how do you teach your child to honor? I think it's quite simple. It is by you modeling a culture of honor. I think it's 1 Corinthians 15:33 says that, know this, that evil communication corrupts good manners. We sort of think about that in relation to our children's friends, the people that surround them, the things that they do. But how many can link that to the home? Evil communication, what the child is infested and infected with, the environment the child lives in, that starts with the home. So the question is, how are you yourself as a parent modeling honor? How does the wife model honor to the husband and vice versa? And how do you model honor in interacting with your children? With your relatives, with your in-laws, with everybody around you, how do you model honor? Because if we're going to be honest, it's what the children see, is that communication. If it's evil in the home, it will corrupt the possibility that child has, and the child will suffer in life. It will be harder in life because there are certain exchanges, various transactions that honor brings, or the practice of honor. I am not talking in terms of honoring people so you can get something out of them, but a child walking in the consciousness that I have got to, it becomes a language. This is what I do. I honor, We're told, and to me, one of the easiest ways of doing that is what we're told to do in Luke 10:27. That we are to love the Lord with all our heart, with all our soul, with all our strength, and with all our mind, and to love our neighbor as we love ourselves. If we are truly able to love the Lord, which is another way of saying honoring the Lord, serving the Lord, worshiping the Lord, glorifying the Lord, and then bringing that glory to ourselves to a certain degree, and it then flows out to others. That's a separate message entirely, but the reality is it starts with what we do, how we love God, how we love one another. It's easy to honor people that have achieved great success in life, people with great titles and abundance and riches and wealth and title and prestige and honor and all the rest of it. It's so much easier to honor them. How about, though, honoring those who, in the eyes of society, does not deserve to be honored or do not deserve to be honored, such as the homeless, giving hugs to the homeless, taking time to hear their story, taking time to invite them in for a meal is, to me, modeling honor right there. It speaks 1,000 words to the children. So we have to be intentional in telling them what we're doing, in showing them what we're doing, in making it abundantly clear that we ourselves honor. So when you teach, you're not just telling, you're showing. That's so important. And we are told, as well as loving God, that we are to honor our elders. We're to honor our elders, the man that's of age. It's not just the mumbo jumbo that people tell you in order to control you. It is a biblical principle. We have to honor. I believe it's Leviticus 19:32. We have to honor our elders. And sometimes you have to ask yourself, how am I honoring the elders in my life, or that I see randomly? Everyone tells their children, honor your mother and your father so that your days will be long in the land that the Lord has given you. But the reality is, how do you honor not just your biological parents, but the aged around you? Especially in this lockdown period, how have you gone out to find out how to help anybody, any elderly person that's pretty much on their own and has no one to help them? Exposing these sort of influences to your children speaks volumes. Of course, evil communication does corrupt good manners. So as a parent, you are to vet your children's relationships depending on the age. You are to give advice. You're there to mentor them. You're there to make sure that they receive the best outcomes in view of their ability and what the Lord has asked them to do. Also, you teach them how to honor those in authority. Absolutely. Those in authority will need to, if you do not pay your tax as a parent, if you do not respect certain authorities over you, and the children see it. Remember, I said it's a language, it has a culture. The reality is your children are unlikely to do likewise, or they'll struggle to, or they'll need convincing to. So it makes life easier if whatever you want them to be, whatever you want them to do, you start doing it. You ensure that as you do it, you're telling them what it is that you're doing and why you're doing it. It speaks volumes rather than sitting down and reading a whole load of Bible passages and giving them stories, because stories do titillate, but they don't bring transformation. It is them watching you over a period of time, then they know that when you're talking, you have walked the walk. The video matches. I believe it's 1 Peter 2:17 that says that you should honor everybody. You should honor everybody. So how are we really honoring everybody? Everybody in our sphere of influence, everybody at work, the whole gamut of your existence. How do you show honor? How do you show respect? Do you honor those that are you're friends with, those that are easy to get on with? Or is it just those that are difficult and prickly, you just avoid them? Honor is a decision that you have to make as an individual. However, it makes more sense to, as a parent or a caregiver, to explain to the child, to explain to the children that it's a life of sacrifice. It's sometimes a decision that you have made and that you'll stick by it no matter how difficult it becomes. And you will find that if you walk in there are doors that are opened. There are experiences that they just unlock simply because honor. It's such a rare thing these days to honor everybody. According to 1 Peter, it's very difficult. Yeah, people will honor individuals that they feel deserve the honor. However, we're told to honor everybody. And you'll find that it's a rare gift. It'll mark the child out. In school, it will mark the child out. In the workplace, it will mark the child out. So whatever stage you're at, the children in your life, whether they're direct or indirect, it is good to teach them about honor. Why? Because personal honor comes from honoring God. We get our personal honor. We don't do it because of what we're going to get, but it's a byproduct of honoring God. So if we, in our personal life, in all we do, for me, honor is just service. It's just holding somebody in high esteem and deciding that no matter what, they will get the service. They will get this regard, whether they climb off that pedestal or not as an individual. It's my decision that they will do so. And if I explain that to the children around me, I think it'll make life a lot easier for them. They'll be able to glide through things smoother rather than kicking and screaming or what have you. So it's just a little talk about the importance of modeling honor to our children, of teaching them to live a culture and a lifestyle of honor. Love everybody and ensure that you're giving them the value, that you accord them the value that they have, because that's the value that God has for them. That's the value that God sees them as, irrespective of what circumstances has done to them, even in the playground, especially in the playground, in the classrooms of life, whatever the stage. It's important to model honor. I hope you've been blessed just by this little thing. We are talking about character development in children. It's going to be a series, and it's called the Heritage Series. And I will just talk a little bit about honor. We may continue with honor. We may move on to the next thing, but keep an eye and let me know. And I hope you're blessed by this. God bless you.